the Cincinnati Bengals here to take each other on here on Fox. Welcome to the booth. I'm Tyler Rickford and both of these teams that met last season, but the Cincinnati Bengals won by a touchdown, by AJ Green. But here we got two teams to get together. And the Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Mohamed Sanu is going to be against his former teammate AJ Green in the Bengals. And for the mood of Mohamed Sanu, this is going to be a thrilling day to go up against his former team, and he was picked up by the Atlanta Falcons in free agency. But for this Cincinnati offense that's really rolling right now, and that likelihood they're going to continue to move on and try and beat what is a really good Atlanta team, averaging over 43 points per game, and they come off a win last week over the Minnesota Vikings and Kirk Cousins here on Fox. Well, here today, the Cincinnati Bengals here to take on the Atlanta Falcons on Fox. Welcome to Cincinnati here on Fox. It'll be a fun day today. The Cincinnati Bengals here to take on the Dirty Birds, the Atlanta Falcons, who came off a bye last week over a win over the Minnesota Vikings here on Fox, and take each other on here on the NFL. Meanwhile, the Bengals won the toss. They had the first, so Atlanta will get things to start here today. And Randy Bullock will kick it, and here we go. Marvin Hall on the return around the 5. Great job by the special teams. Jackson was in on the stop, and Atlanta will be in great field position to start the things off. Ryan to start with a throw, unleashes, finds his man. That's Julio Jones. But it was caught, but he was out of bounds. Referees called it, and the referees called Sheffers here today. They came off a bye week. They came off a win last week over the Minnesota Vikings, and they allowed to stop Kirk Cousins. Ryan on the play action passes incomplete for Taylor Gabriel, and he was well covered. And Ryan was under pressure yet 3rd and 10. Ryan goes downfield looking for Julio Jones, and Jones with a catch from Bates. Most of these teams in the NFL, they're great here. Jesse Bates, the third, was on the coverage on Julio Jones, and that was great and pretty nicely designed play by the defense, but no stopping that combination. That's where Dre Kirkpatrick should be going up against. These two players have a lot of history. They came from Alabama, and that's a lot of history. Ryan downfield looking for Mohamed Sanu, going up against Dre Kirkpatrick, and the former Cincinnati Bengal has a 15-yard completion for another Atlanta first down. Ryan on the running, and it's caught by Taylor Gabriel. And Taylor Gabriel is out to the 20-yard line, and the Atlanta Falcons are on the move. And this passing game is no joke for this offense. Ryan looking in the end zone, touchdown! Julio Jones. And the Atlanta Falcons struck first here in Cincinnati in the Bengals with Julio Jones into the end zone and catches a touchdown pass. Ryan throws a very nice pass, and it was intended for Julio Jones, but he just goes up and gets it at his highest point. What a catch by Julio Jones! And get in for the touchdown. Bryant kicks it up, and it's good. It's a 7-0 game over the Bengals, and this Falcons is flying high here on Fox. Meanwhile, Matt Bryant kicks it away to the Bengals, and the Cincinnati offense will be on the field, and the Cincinnati offense with Alex Erickson waiting deep and taken out of the end zone down to the 27-yard line of the Falcons, and Bresco will get things started here. But so they're still without Andy Dalton, who has a torn ACL, and be out for the remainder of the season. And Briscoe, with pressure, gets hit on the play, but the ball was out. But the referees say it was forward progress. So this is unlikely. This is a balanced defense, and they're known for turnovers. We saw Ricardo Allen in the final regular season game, and this time Vic Beasley was in Briscoe's face, and Giovanni Bernard was in that tailback with Joe Mixon in the backfield, and he's sacked. Vic Beasley, who led the league in sacks, has his first here on Fox at Cincinnati. And the Atlanta Falcons are making this look awfully easy with an 8-yard loss on the play. Right? It's intercepted. Damontae Kazee, his first interception of the year. What a nice design play by Richard Smith, the defensive coordinator for the Falcons. I don't know if John Ross fooled Briscoe, but he just missed the throw completely. But there's Damontae Kazee, who led the league in interceptions last season, 7 record interceptions here, and what a play by Damontae Kazee. Ryan throws past his caught Sanu inside the 10 for an Atlanta first down. This passing attack for the Falcons is ranked first in the NFL, and they're first in points per game last season. Ryan throws in the end zone, touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, his first touchdown of the game against his former team. You see Julio Jones, they were doubling him inside out. When you do that, you're going one-on-one elsewhere. And Mohamed Sanu, he's able to beat his former teammate, and the throw threw him open on that play. And it was a 10-yard touchdown catch for Mohamed Sanu. It's a 14-0 game with Matt Bryant's kick is good. Well, the Atlanta Falcons are making this look awfully easy here this afternoon. Bryant kicks this one away with Alex Erickson waiting deep, and he'll take a knee, and it results as a touchback. With 30 seconds left of the first quarter, and here comes the offense after that interception by Damontae Kazee. Briscoe will start with a throw, finds Joe Mixon out of the backfield. With a gain of about 7 yards on the pickup by Joe Mixon out of the backfield, and 2nd and 4 coming up for the offense. You see A.J. Green at the top of your screen on 2nd and 4. Briscoe throws, and he's caught by John Ross. And he's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage by Desmond Trufant. You'll see that pass rush for the Falcons again with Vic Beasley. This is a balanced this is one balanced defense for the most part, and Vic Beasley, what a great job for the Falcons to pick him up. He was a first-round pick out of Clemson, and Vic Beasley able to come in that pressure, but finds John Ross at the last second. But it comes down with a reception, but he's going to be down at the line of scrimmage, and Briscoe was under pressure, 3rd and 4. Joe Mixon on the top of your screen throws over the middle, and it's caught by A.J. Green, who is Andy Dalton's primary receiver for this offense. Yep, this is a balanced team with Tyler Kroft and Tyler Eifert and Tyler Boyd, and John Ross and that guy A.J. Green for the most part for this offense to start to click. Briscoe to throw on 2nd and 10. Pass is caught by John Ross. What a catch by John Ross. He was working against Robert Alford. This quarterback's making a difference. Even ever since Andy Dalton came down with a torn ACL and it was out for the season, this guy John Ross is making a difference for the offense. He's rocking the 2nd, 3rd fiddle to A.J. Green here for the offense. Downfield looking for Ross, and he gets hit on the play, and that pass is incomplete. It was a go and up and get it ball for John Ross, but I was unable to come down with the reception. He was wide open. But Desmond Trufant breaks it up, able to get his hand in there, and it was nearly picked off by Brian Poole. 2nd and 10. Cincinnati pressure throws. He's got his man Tyler Boyd, another receiver, along with AJ Green, and Briscoe's under pressure. 3rd and 4 coming up for the offense for the Cincinnati Bengals, with a screen out of the backfield to Joe Mixon, and gets the first down. This offense is starting to click, and this is a balanced team for the most part. But here in the AFC, this team is known for these passes like this to Joe Mixon. But Brian Poole comes up to make a nice tackle on Mixon and prevent what would have been a touchdown. Intercepted. Brian Poole. Another turnover defensively for the Falcons, and this results as a interception for Brian Poole. I don't know if Tyler Boyd fooled him, but you just missed the throws completely. But there's Brian Poole, who was an undrafted free agent from Florida, and he's great in the secondary for the Atlanta Falcons. And Matt Ryan and the Falcons are on the field. Ryan's going to go deep for Taylor Gabriel, and it's incomplete in triple coverage. And Matt Ryan likes to take his chances. He's known for making these beautiful passes to most of these receivers. He's got a man wide open. He's got Julio Jones working against Dre Kirkpatrick. No stopping that combination today. Dre Kirkpatrick on Julio Jones. Two former Alabama players, and these two guys, this Julio Jones is just humiliating, embarrassing. The look of this defense. Once he gets so far down the field with his speed, there's no way going to be able to capture Julio Jones. Handoff to Freeman. Gain of 5. 2nd and 5 coming up for the offense for the Atlanta Falcons. With 28 seconds left, handoff is to Coleman up the middle, and he's in for another Atlanta touchdown. A nice run by Tevin Coleman. That's smart football. You see Mohamed Sanu, Julio Jones. We saw it in the Super Bowl. These wide receiver blocks allow these running backs to get so far down the field with their speed. And this guy, Tevin Coleman, is the second year running back out of Indiana. Has his 6 points on the board. And it's a 21-0 game. 2 interceptions for the Atlanta Falcons defense. It results in 14 points for the Falcons. Erickson takes a knee, touchback, and the Cincinnati Bengals are on the field at the 25-yard line. And after that interception by Brian Poole, Giovanni Bernard is in that fullback position. Handoff is to Joe Mixon, nowhere to go. Drop behind a line of scrimmage with a loss of 2. Bruce Irvin was in on the stop. These are some of the best free agents the Atlanta Falcons picked up. This guy, like Mohamed Sanu, this guy right here, Bruce Irvin, of defensive end, who came from Oakland to really solidify this defensive line for Atlanta in his own way. His philosophy is that when he gets a loss, he gets a loss, and he gets what he wants. Play clock is at 4 with 6 seconds left on the clock. Handoff is to Mixon, nowhere to go. A loss of 1, Paul Warlow on the stop. Visa halftime report is here. And here on the Visa halftime report, we got Arizona going against the New York Giants with a 20-20 tie game over the Giants in MetLife Stadium, and Eli Manning throwing 3 touchdowns in the game. Meanwhile, Green Bay is going up against the Patriots, and the Patriots are making this look awfully easy here tonight, this evening, against the Green Bay Packers with a 38-21 win over the Green Bay Packers, and that's a great development for the Patriots. And meanwhile, in the NFC South, it's the Saints going up against the Carolina Panthers, and it's in overtime with a 34-34 game, and with Drew Brees on the field, he won the toss. And last but not least, the Oakland Raiders and the Cleveland Browns. And Baker Mayfield is having an outstanding day, throwing 2 touchdown passes to Jarvis Landry, and Oakland is playing right now. And that's it for the Visa Halftime Report, and here comes the second half. It's a 21-0 game. Remember, the Bengals won the toss, so they had the first, so they'll get the ball to start the second half against the Falcons. Here we go. To start the second half, here's Alex Erickson, who takes a knee, won't take it out of the end zone. This results as a touchback. And for the Falcons, the defense is on the field. What a stop from the first half. We got 2 interceptions, one from DeMonte Casey, who led the league last year in interceptions, and Brian Poole, who got his first interception of the game. And a couple of best plays by the defensive linemen, Vic Beasley and Bruce Irvin, come in and make the pressure on the quarterback, and that's been a big development this year for both of these teams. Handoff is to Mixon out to his right, and has a gain of 5. 3rd and 4 coming up with Deion Jones on the tackle. 3rd down and 4 with Joe Mixon in the backfield. Mixon makes the reception, breaks up from a tackle, still going inside the 45. Joe Mixon, what nice play. What a stiff arm, and they went for a screen out the back door to Joe Mixon, who was working against Desmond Trufant, and breaks the tackle. And there's Ricardo Allen and Deion Jones and Paul Wardlow. These guys trying to make the tackle. But they got it. And Cincinnati has a first down inside the 45. Passes caught by Mixon with a short gain of 2 yards. Deion Jones on the tackle. We saw him last week against the Minnesota Vikings. And John Ross on the reception for another Cincinnati first down. Deion Jones, he had what a year last year. A couple of interceptions last season, and he's been a big development just for the defense. Play action, looking for Tyler Boyd. Nice coverage by Desmond Trufant. Desmond Trufant, who he's a major threat for the secondary. He's a good cornerback out of Washington, and he's been a big development for the defense. Especially you got guys like Ricardo Allen and Keanu Neal, Robert Alford, and some of these guys. Interesting formation by the offense. Both backs in there, Giovanni and Joe Mixon. Handoff is to Mixon, going through blocks, and Bruce Irvin was on the tackle. It's 3rd and 4 coming. Falcons look like they're lined up in man-to-man coverage. Almost picked off. Great play by the Falcons. DeMonte Casey on the stop. What coverage! Meanwhile, Hubbard to kick it back. Kevin Hubbard. Keanu Neal. Interesting. And the Falcons will set up at the 10-yard line. Not decent field position, but the Atlanta Falcons known to take their shots downfield. Freeman in the backfield. Ryan gets hit on the play, but Ryan was looking for a flag, but he doesn't get it. Geno Atkins was in on the hard tackle of Matt Ryan. Passes incomplete for Taylor Gabriel. And Ryan was under pressure yet again, 3rd and 10. Ryan on the play action throws a great pass to Taylor Gabriel out across the 35. Taylor Gabriel, who has become a major weapon for Matt Ryan. Gain of 25. Off the play action passing, and Taylor Gabriel gets in there. This is a guy that can really fly, and even though he's in his last year with the Atlanta Falcons, Taylor Gabriel is a great wide receiver who came from Cleveland, and so did Alex Mack, the Pro Bowl center, who also came from Cleveland in free agency to really solidify the offensive line for the most part. Ryan throws downfield, looking deep for Mohamed Sanu. He's unable to get his receiver. It doesn't get it. Play action. Looking downfield for Taylor Gabriel, and he's inside the 35. 45. Taylor Gabriel, he was absolutely wide open. They went for a drag, a play action drag, and Matt Ryan was running to his right. Buys Gabriel a little time and finds Gabriel at the last second. Pretty nicely designed play from Matt Ryan. On first down, Ryan wide open is Julio Jones. Working against Jesse Bates again. This passing game, we watch these wide receivers. They do an excellent job with route running. They're talented and they're well coached for the most part. Ryan throws downfield, almost intercepted by the defense. Matt Ryan, you don't see it very often. On second down, Ryan in trouble out to his left throws, incomplete for Sanu, and Matt Ryan was looking for Mohamed Sanu. Third and 10. Ryan, quick pass to Taylor Gabriel, has a first down inside the red zone, and the Atlanta Falcons are in the red zone, first and goal Atlanta. Ryan rolling, he is sacked. Darquez Dennard was in on the stop. Ryan goes deep in the end zone, touchdown for Austin Hooper, the tight end. His first reception of the game, and this results as a touchdown for Mohamed Sanu. Austin Hooper. Sorry. Matt Ryan has a lot of weapons on display for him. Some great weapons he has offensively. You got Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, Taylor Gabriel, and this guy right here, Austin Hooper. And he was able to beat Nick Vigil. Hooper might have gotten away with something, on the grab. This was a 19-yard touchdown. He had 3 during the regular season last week against the Minnesota Vikings. It has its first touchdown for the Atlanta Falcons with a 28-0 lead, and here comes Alex Erickson to take it out, and he gets sandwiched by DeMonte Casey and Desmond Trufant. Great, nicely designed special teams play for the Falcons. Nixon in the backfield, and he is taken down, sacked for the fourth time today. Grady Jarrett comes in to make the pressure with a 7-yard loss on the play, and the Cincinnati Bengals have to really put in that work to get through this hard Atlanta Falcons defense. Briscoe gets sacked again. Guess who? Vic Beasley, number 6. And the Bengals will take a timeout here. A huge first down is big right now in this ball game for Cincinnati. Bad field position, and throws it downfield, and it's incomplete for A.J. Green, and he was well covered. 43 seconds left. Here comes the kicker, Kevin Hubbard, to kick it back to Atlanta, with Andre Roberts waiting deep across midfield. Great speed. He's still going inside the 20 to set up for a huge Atlanta first down. Handoff is to Devontae Freeman. His first action today And he's still going. What a player, Devontae Freeman, a short running back, and he's great. Between periods, meanwhile, Mohamed Sanu tried to run a sweep. 2nd and goal. Ryan, handoff to Tevin Coleman. In for another Atlanta touchdown. Tevin Coleman. With 8 seconds left towards the end of regulation, Tevin Coleman is in for 6. Squeezed through bodies. He was working against Carlos Dunlap and Geno Atkins, and he's able to slip his body inside the end zone for 6. This will make it a 35-0 game towards the end of regulation, and Matt Bryant's kick is good. What a game it was for the Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan was throwing over 300 plus yards, 320 yards to Mohamed Sanu and Julio Jones, Taylor Gabriel, and Austin Hooper. He has a lot of weapons on display for Matt Ryan. Thomas Dimitroff really helped Matt Ryan with a lot of weapons for the most part. Let's go downfield, and it's incomplete for Tyler Boyd. He was well covered by Desmond Trufant with 3 seconds left. And the Falcons are likely going to win today in week 2. One play out of this. Wants to go deeper for Tyler Boyd, and he's gone. No flags. Goodbye. Touchdown. Tyler Boyd. Finally, the Cincinnati Bengals get a touchdown. And at the end of regulation with 3 seconds on the board, they went for a Hail Mary with Briscoe throw a nice pass to behind to Tyler Boyd. Desmond Trufant rips and he tries to make a play. And Tyler Boyd with a great play for the Cincinnati Bengals to get in for points. And the kick is good. And the Atlanta Falcons will win it today here in Cincinnati with a 35-7 game. And coming on next is the State Farm halftime show. We'll see you next week over the Jacksonville Jaguars. And actually the Carolina Panthers. And what a game that will be. That will be in the NFC South. And we'll see you on Fox. And goodbye.